Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the college basketball action Wednesday, February 5th. I'll give you guys 4 best bets. Also, we do have some leans that do accompany these picks for today's slate. Now, not only this, guys, I want to tease a little bit of channel information that we have coming to you guys. Huge announcement for TBM Sports. We will have a live stream later on today. Has something to do with the Super Bowl. So for those of you that do follow me religiously, make sure you guys all have that notification bell turned on and tune into that live stream that we will be having a little later on today, where we talk about kind of what the exciting news is coming a little bit later on in the week, okay? With that being said, let's get right into the picks. If you have not done so, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe right down below. Full disclosure, we have taken some time off to recharge. I did have the flu kind of swept across my household, so we're back up and at it. We will have all of my Super Bowl bets also kind of unveiled, if you will. So make sure you have that notification bell turned on. Also, if you do not follow TBM Sports, make sure you give me a follow on X at the Bettor Mark if you have not already done so. The handle is in the bottom left of your screen. So do a quick search on X and be sure to follow me on that platform. And if you are not already involved in the Discord, completely free, make sure you hop on over there as well. Okay, so let's get right into it. We are going to use Outlier to break this all down. And we're going to give right into the 4 games that I have keyed in on for today's slate. All right, so the first one being the Creighton Blue Jays and the Providence Friars. Now, by all bets, this is something where Providence, despite their 11-11 record, they have been one of those teams in the college basketball arena that I do think is a little bit undervalued. 5-6 in conference, but they're hosting Creighton, one of the teams that we have bet on, quite frankly, a lot. 9-2 in conference, as well as 16-6 overall. Creighton has been one of those teams that we've cashed in a lot in this early on to the college basketball season. And right now, I want to share with you guys kind of why I'm keying in on this game. And this is going to be something as we look into it, some of the insights that I'm going to break down, okay? First and foremost, if we look into kind of where we're at within the team prospects, the under within Creighton on the road, 9 of the last 11 games has gone under. It's an 82% hit rate. 143.5 points is that benchmark for the total. So I would lean the under in this game, okay? But the bet I'm going to be making is going to be taking Creighton minus 3.5, right? On the road, the Blue Jays have covered this, a perfect 5-0 mark. If we look at this matchup, okay, like I said a little bit about Providence being undervalued, some of the numbers there do back it up. However, as we look into kind of what Creighton does well, they make a lot of field goals, right? They are a highly efficient offense. Scoring at will. I think this is something where they're going to be able to have their way in terms of the glass, dominating the paint. And I do look for Creighton to get this one done on the road, covering that 3.5 point spread for the Blue Jays. Also a lean towards the under. That's going to be one of my best bets, okay? Next, I do want to get into the UCF Knights hosting the Cincinnati Bearcats, okay? And Cincinnati 12-9 on the season, 2-8 in conference. One of those teams that they've had a spotty kind of resumes thus far. They scratched across a couple weird games, outliers that they did get done with a victory, but this is a team that in conference 2-8, not one that is going to be a crowd pleaser, if you will, within the betting world. Okay, so 12-9 overall, but 2-8 in conference. That does give a lot of a reason to fade the Bearcats. However, we are going to take the under in this spot. Under 145 is a number that you can find juiced up. That is my best bet for this matchup. If we look at the numbers and look at the insight, if we look at the Bearcats on the road, they have not went over in their last 10 games as an underdog on the road. So that's something where, they have not won in their last 10 games on the road. So I don't think they're going to be able to have success. Also, the under has hit in 12 of their last 13 games. So I have a very strong play towards the under in this spot. If we look at the matchup, you can see kind of these teams. Cincinnati and UCF, respectively, are going to have their way. UCF, not a great defensive team. If we want to talk about kind of what Cincinnati is able to do defensively, that's kind of where you look into kind of their defense being one of their stronger points of or attributes of what they bring to the table. Defensively, they hold teams to 63 points, and we look at the scoring there for UCF, not too well as well. 60th, averaging 79.6 points per game. But I do think this is something where we do get a total that goes well under 150, and that's kind of where I settled on the under 145. Find a little bit of an edge here, taking Cincinnati and UCF under 145. That is going to be one of my best bets for today's card. Okay, next game. This is one of my favorite plays of the day. We're going to fade the Winthrop Eagles, 15-9 on the season, 5-4 in conference, going against Charleston Southern. Okay. Now, everybody looking at this game at face value says, okay, well, Winthrop, better record, better team on the road, in conference. You talk about the SoCon and then what we have coming. Winthrop only a 3.5-point favorite on the road. So I do see some value taking the home team. I know they're not the better team per se, but Charleston Southern, we're going to grab the 3.5 points. They've covered 2 of their last games in these spots. And if we look at the matchup a little bit, we could talk about kind of Winthrop, right? They failed to cover the spread, 16% cover rate on the road as an underdog. This is something where I'm going to be I'm taking Charleston Southern as an underdog in this spot. Also, this is something we're failing to win outright in 6 of their last road games. So potentially even Charleston Southern, a little bit of a money line play there if you want to get a little bit of some value there. I think it's a plus 150 if you want to get involved with that. But Charleston Southern, I'm going to grab those 3.5 points at home as one of my best bets in this matchup. Okay. Last game out there that we do like, this is going to be Queens taking on Central Arkansas. They're going on the road to play Central Arkansas, 6-17. This is one where it sets up. Queens is going to, in my opinion, win this game by double digits. This is one of the bets that I keyed in on as well. I think the number is completely wrong. It's a little bit low here at 8.5. If we look at kind of the insights in the matchup, prior matchups between these teams, gives way to the fact that I think that Queens wins this game by margin. If you want to talk about Queens a little bit more so, they have won a lot of their road games. But I look at this in terms of the spread. All right, covering 6 of their last 7 games on the road, 85.7% hit rate. So Queens laying 8.5 on the road. That's going to be one of my best bets as well. And also, if you do want to make a play towards the over, you can see the convincing amount of the handle is on the over in this spot. 96% of the money backing the over if you want to get involved with that. But I know it's a little bit public taking Queens, 57% of the bets, albeit 33% of the handle. But I do think this is something where going against Central Arkansas, Queens has an upper advantage. Look at Central Arkansas in terms of the numbers. Defensively, they're basically bottom of the pack. I think Queens will have their way offensively in terms of field goal percentage as well as three-pointers. I definitely see this being a rebounding edge as well for Queens. So going on the road, I think they definitely get this done defensively and offensively, winning by double digits and covering the 8.5 on the road. So that is my 4-pack of best bets for today's slate. I will give you guys a quick rundown of what I'm taking. If you haven't done so already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe right down below. But we're going to lay the 3.5 with Creighton. We're going to fade Winthrop, taking the 3.5 points with Charleston Southern at home. We're also going to lay the 8.5 with Queens and taking Cincinnati, Central Florida, going under the total of 145. So those are my 4 best bets for today's slate. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. If you have not already done so, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on X as well. Look forward to talking to you guys in the live stream about what we have planned on the channel for the Super Bowl weekend. So make sure you guys are all tuned in for that. Good luck out there with your picks, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.